I was always very passionate about food. I wanted to create a business that, someday I could hand over to my kids. And I liked the food industry because it wasn't a very cyclical business versus some of the other things that I'd done in the past. Koita is basically a healthy foods company, and we're trying to help families around the region eat healthier. We're focused mainly on organic dairy, and in 2013 when we launched, we had 5 SKUs in the organic dairy space. In 2015, we doubled our product line. We've gone into lactose-free and non-dairy as well. And in 2017 onwards, we're looking to actually expand and get into other categories. We're looking at all sorts of different things that can help, again, families and their kids eat healthier, whether that's snacks, yogurts, and things like that. I think in the beginning, when I think about all the challenges that we had, there was a lot of them. And the challenges weren't just centric to the region. The challenges were centric to just being an entrepreneur. And so what's funny is when we started the business, the things that I thought would be challenging weren't, and the things that I didn't think were challenging actually became challenging. So for example, setting up and licenses and all of that, we literally would walk into government offices here, and I can't tell you how supportive they were when they heard that you're an SME and saw how passionate you were. And a lot of that stuff was quite easy, if you're just willing to ask the question or approach someone or go to the office. So for example, Dubai Municipality, in regards to food regulation and how we do it, we went in and met the head of food control, and she sat there for 20 minutes and explained to us all the rules and regulations, and that was unbelievable. In regards to the challenges that we faced, I think with any entrepreneur, there's cash flow issues, human capital issues, or tend to be the two most challenging parts of it. And then when you're building a brand from scratch, talking to buyers here who are used to really just seeing the big brands and not really small entrepreneurial brands, that was very difficult in the beginning. And a lot of them were very hesitant to take the risk on us, but then those who did, it ended up paying off because we ended up helping sell within their retail establishments or stores. I've learned a lot being an entrepreneur. I think you learn a lot about yourself. There's different aspects of it. One is confidence in yourself. I think anytime you make that jump from being a professional and getting a steady paycheck to being an entrepreneur and every month by month in the beginning you're living sort of check to check. You go through some insecurities and fears, but I was able to channel that into positive energy, and as we started getting smaller wins and we did one account, another account, this account, it built up a lot of confidence in myself. And I think that was one of the learnings or growth processes of being an entrepreneur, having confidence in yourself and your decisions. So listening has given us the best feedback on how to market to our end customer. We've also partnered up with a lot of great brand ambassadors that carry the same ideals and values as our company. So we've worked with folks like Raha Muharak, who's the first Saudi female to climb Mount Everest, a lot of very influential food bloggers, and we've really embraced social media. My advice to a new entrepreneur would be that it's not for the faint-hearted. I think there's a lot of people here who watch a couple episodes of Shark Tank, they start a company, get the license, they get a little bit of PR, and they think that's it. But there's a lot of challenges and obstacles, and I think persistence is very, very important. I think it's the most important quality. I mean, you got to get used to people saying no to you. You got to get used to people slamming the door on you. You got to get used to people not blowing you off on meetings. And I think one thing that a philosophy I've always had is that no is just part of the process of getting to yes. And so just get used to failure, but embrace it and learn from it, and be persistent.